Well, perhaps the most casual start to a game show. It is 4:10. We should stay on time because we do have a packed agenda here, folks. Welcome to Drupal CMS, the exciting parts. We're just going to get started here. Meet our three contestants playing a game of persuasion themed around Drupal CMS. They'll be answering 5 different questions. They'll have 2 minutes each to make their persuasive case. And then you, the audience, will vote on who you think answered the question best. Let's meet our contestants. From Canopy Studios, we've got Jim Birch. Woo! From Lullabot, we've got Nikki Flores. And from 1X Internet, we have Batty Sonia. Let's get straight into it, everybody. Yes. Yes, all right. Because time will be tight in our game of persuasion, we're going to jump right into it. Round 1. What is the most exciting recipe in Drupal CMS? Up first, Nikki, your answer is the dashboard.
Obviously,
you have 2 minutes.
Dashboard, next slide. So what does your author need to do? They always have a problem, right? They always need to know when the next maintenance window is. They need to know the newest update. They need the documentation. Where? So next slide. So dashboard is here. It's live. It's now. You can use it. Implement it right away. Next slide. We have the opportunity for authors to be able to walk through their content. Maybe they have their favorites. Maybe they have their blog that they needed to schedule. As a great example, our hunting and fishing licenses is due on Friday, but we need to load up the blog now and then publish it. All of this is here, live, now, ready. You can do all your common tasks, and dashboard is the way to go. Next slide.
All right, that is Nikki's answer. Everyone, round of applause for Nikki. Let us keep her answer in mind. We'll vote at the end of all 3 answers. Up next, answering this question, what is the most exciting recipe in Drupal CMS? We have Jim Birch answering SEO. 2 minutes. Begin.
Well, I would like to suggest that the SEO recipe in Drupal CMS is the best recipe. For one, it takes hours of work and lets you apply it in minutes. It was the first recipe that was committed to Drupal CMS. It committed the first dashboard to Drupal CMS, although it was later removed. Could I have the next slide? Because my slides are not as good as Nikki's because search engine optimization, it's more behind the scenes, you know? So what it does is it configures URL aliases, meta tags, robots.txt. It provides an SEO checklist, a simple XML sitemap, HTML sitemap, URL redirects, and real-time SEO analysis provided by the Yoast SEO JavaScript library. In Drupal, it's called real-time SEO for Drupal. Does everybody here like SEO?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know. I got 43 seconds left, but I think
right.
that's all I
Round
got.
of applause for Jim, everyone. All right, next up, Batty Sonia.
All right. I see that we don't have the slides under control of ourselves, so AI. I want to control it, thank you. AI is the most exciting recipe in Drupal CMS, of course. And AI has already disrupted content creation. You see this photo there that I created because I needed a photo of trees. The problem is there's a lot of trees in this photo, if you look at the back. All right, we of course have a little bit more of trees. Like I said, it has already disrupted content creation. But what does that mean for us in Drupal CMS? I have a long video here that takes probably 4 minutes, and it is way too slow because I was going to speed it up, so we are probably not going to see anything. But we have really many, really amazing modules in Drupal CMS. And what you can do on trydrupal.1xinternet.de, you can actually start playing with it. You can put in your key yourself, and you can start playing, as well as you can try to go down and meet other partners here that also have things to play with. So I'm not going to show it, but what is next? That's content consumption. We talk a lot about content creation with AI, but how are is AI going to change content consumption? Let me show you. Because when we go on the website of DrupalCon, and we go and we try to look at the agenda, it's just extremely difficult to figure out where I want to go. And especially if I want to search for AI, A and I is actually belonging to very many other words, so I will actually not find anything. And this video is also very long and can describe exactly the process of how we are consuming content today. This is, of course, all changing now with the amazing AI chat assistants that we also have in Drupal CMS. We can just put this module up here, or recipe, and then we can just start speaking to the content, which is an amazing thing. So therefore, this is by far much better and more powerful than anything that these two have been saying. So thank you very much.
2 minutes. Perfectly done, Patty. Well done. All right, take the microphone with you. All right, next up, the voting. We've got a QR code here. Or go to pantheon.io/gameshow. Round 1, vote for the person you think made the most persuasive case. I did not consider contestants voting for themselves. I should have thought, what about contestants voting for themselves? All right, while we have like 2 minutes here, we'll take a breath. We started this game show fast. We dove right into it. Contestants, do you have any more thoughts that you want to share now that you've had a moment to take a breath? Jim, I'm curious. Are you voting for yourself or you? Who do you, other than yourself, Jim, because you made a very persuasive case on SEO, but other than yourself, who do you think made a persuasive case here on the most exciting recipe in Drupal CMS?
It's a toss-up. I think my slides were by far the worst slides of them all.
It's not about the slides. It's about who was most persuasive.
Oh, it's about the best recipe, is it?
Yes.
Oh, the most exciting recipe. Ooh, yeah.
All right, well, the audience has been answering. Sam, my new best friend, if you can you show us our Google spreadsheet-powered scoreboard over here? It looks like the votes are very decisive, with Batty Sonia coming in with 19 votes. The way we're scoring this game, for every contestant who gets the most votes in a round, Batty here gets the most votes in round 1. She gets 5 points for round 1, and she is ranked first here in this round. Nikki, for coming in second, you get 3 points. Jim, you still get a point because, hey, points are fun. Why would we not give our contestants points here in this game? All right, now that you know how the game works, let's keep it rolling. Round 2. What is the most significant technical change in recent Drupal history? All right, we're going in a different order for this one.
Hi.
Jim.
Oh, it's me.
Do you know anything about recipes and why they make a significant change in recent Drupal history?
I have heard of recipes.
Do you want this clicker as you go?
Did I put slides in?
I think you might have put 1 or 2 in.
Oh, recipes are amazing. They're a way for you to apply tons of configuration to your Drupal site in minutes. They can be applied in Drupal CMS using Project Browser, and you could also apply them and get them all over the internet. Batty and I are having a competition about how many recipes our companies can create, and we're in the hundreds. I'm in the thousands. No, I'm not. Okay. Recipes are YAML. They're not programming gobbledygook that like only the nerds know how to use. It's just kind of like you can look at it and see what's going on. You don't need any code, and that's all the slides that I made. So recipes allows us to make Drupal CMS. Without recipes, there would be no Drupal CMS. And thank you.
And thank you, Jim. All right, keep that in mind. Perhaps the most significant technical change in recent Drupal history is recipes, or perhaps it is, as Batty says, Experience Builder.
Yeah, clap for that, please. Okay, so we call it also the XP Builder. I cannot tell you much about it because today you heard everything about the Experience Builder. What we are actually doing there, and what the amazing people that are building the Experience Builder are doing, they are building a foundation for us to actually do things quicker and faster and make of course, our end users loving it. So it's blocks, it's single directory components, and what we saw today, really exciting stuff, in-browser code components. So this is just screenshots. I hope that all of you saw this today, but it is really cool. You have live previews. When you go and you change anything, you can see it on the left side. You can create your own components, and you can reuse components. You can copy them. It's just so exciting, right? So going a little bit more into, for the front-end developer, it's going to change everything like we saw today. Like I'm just repeating everything that Rhys said today. So we have no complicated development environment anymore, no Drupal knowledge required, and this is all done with React and Tailwind, which is really cool because the question is, how far are we going to take this and actually start to change more things in Drupal backend, right? That would be cool. Let me just look at this for a minute. That was really cool, how that was just done on the fly, really easy to build like a component like that. Defining it, and what actually got a little bit more excited was to the end where Jamie just came and said like, why are we all doing this? Like we can just do this all with AI, which is also extremely exciting. So will we need the in-browser in the future? Because we can just click a button and speak to a chatbot? I don't know, but exciting stuff, right? I think this is by far the best one.
Very exciting stuff. Round of applause for Body Sonia, everyone. Perhaps the most exciting element is the Experience Builder. But perhaps, finally, it is single directory components. Nikki,
yes.
You've got 2 minutes to make your case.
So who here is a front-end developer? Can I just see you around or have
Kind of.
experience-ish?
I'm ish.
So it is hard. We need to make front-end development less complex, less time-consuming. It's very difficult to maintain code, and accessibility is extremely important to all of us. We always need to be tracking for accessibility to make sure that our code that powers our websites can be consumed by more and more people. So also to note, there's a very steep learning curve, and if we are to meet the challenge of the future, we need more front-end devs, we need more devs in general, and we need more people in Drupal. So my hope is that our focus on SDC will help bring more people into the fold. Shout out to Matteo, my colleague. If you can use this QR code, this is all about the rationale for SDC and why it's important. He wrote a talk for us. And main points, we're reducing the steps required, right? So HTML, CSS, JS in one place. Explicit component APIs, and you can replace components that come with you. So big idea for the future, SDC is for simplifying the front end, make it easier for people. It's for helping us maintain custom, core, and contributors, maintainability. And we make our lives easier. Why are we so complex? Why are we looking in this folder and updating here and making sure we get it from the source? Let's put it in one place. Let's lower the barrier of entry for Drupal, for front-end developers, and for getting people onto the CMS. So my vote is for SDC. Please vote for SDC in the voting.
All right, thank you so much, Nikki. Round of applause for Nikki. Everyone hang on to that microphone. All right, the voting is now open. What is the most significant technical change in recent Drupal history? I've had a lot of time to think about how I would vote here, and I genuinely don't know. Recipes opens up such a wide world of possibilities, hundreds of recipes. But Experience Builder changes the game, and single directory components simplifies things in a way that I find so satisfying as someone who loved layout plugins in the Drupal 6 and the Drupal 7 era. So I'm kind of glad I don't have to vote here. Sam, I'm curious if the votes are coming in on our Excel scoring sheet. Contestants, oh, all right, they are coming up indeed, and it looks like, wait, yes, Jim. Wait, Jim is in third place again in this round. And could you scroll down to our vote totals, please, Sam? All right, we currently have a tie between Nikki and Badi for 8 points each. Jim, you are you're in third place here on the round by round totals. All right, can you make it up in round 3? We'll find out as we answer. What is the most meaningful big idea in Drupal CMS?
All right. I think I'm going to tune myself down now because I think I was so excited in the other one. Okay, let's start. The most meaningful big idea in Drupal CMS is new modes of community collaboration. And I don't know if you are aware of what's going on, but we managed to get those companies to participate together in building something together. And that is actually, and there's many more. There, like, of course, Pantheon is doing your share in helping us with doing a lot of things with Drush and many other things that you're building. But I just want to highlight the point that it is really a big accomplishment, and we are a unicorn because we are a CMS system that is not owned by one company. We, as Josh has been saying on LinkedIn, we are actually a unique community that is made by a lot of us. And I think that that's something that we need to celebrate a little bit more because this is exciting. And all of those companies and many more, and of course Pantheon, have been doing a great job of making this happen. And that will be, that is a great big new idea. And if you are one of those companies or if you're participating in Drupal CMS, if you maintain a module that is being used there, thank you. And yeah, let's continue the collaboration.
Woo!
All right, next up, perhaps the most meaningful big idea in Drupal CMS is the focus on the marketer persona.
Yes,
Nikki, 2
so
minutes.
I am happy to report that Drupal is here for marketers as well as for the developers. You know, when we first started, next slide. Click it. Do you remember these oops. We remember what it was before. This is just a Google search of what Drupal was when, you know, we were all coming up. You remember these, right? Very fond, very old school, the blue and the white. And I think that there's a little bit of that in-group, like historically Drupal is for developers and DrupalCon is only for developers. Our push to the future, how will we move to the future, we'll need to bring in more people from more different designers, content strategists, marketers, and all of these people. And so our focus on the marketing persona has given us something a lot more palatable and clean and fun and modern and ambitious, and which is exciting for all of us. So my vote is for the marketing persona, and let's open up the fold to have more types of people so that Drupal can be used across more and more types of industries. Marketing.
Well said, Nikki. All right, and finally, in round 3, Jim, take that slide advancer, if you will, and your answer is?
Computers. No. Event condition action. So I did so well with talking about things that I was a part of, like the SEO recipe and recipes. In the last round, I'm going to talk about something I have nothing to do with. So event condition actions were introduced into Drupal CMS as a way for us to do things that we needed modules to do and we couldn't have recipes do it, something that we'd need a developer for and need glue code for, it's called. Instead, event condition actions allows you to apply workflows right from the UI inside of Drupal. You can draw out what you want to happen when things happen, the events, conditions, and actions. You draw these models in the UI using this great tool that a lot of even non-developers can understand, and then have it apply to Drupal when these conditions and events happen. So inside of Drupal CMS, and excuse me, Dries didn't help me prepare any slides like other contestants. So these are certain things that happen in Drupal CMS when a user logs out, they're redirected to the login screen. You know, it's a very simple thing. It helps the user experience of the site. When a user registers, a user's notified and a password is randomly sent to them, we'd need custom code before that. And with ECA, we can draw that little model and...
All right, your 2 minutes are up.
Didn't I bank some time from before?
I don't know if it were. I'll ask some follow-up questions during the voting. All right, take out your phones. The voting is open for round 3. So yes, Jim, I'll indulge. This sounds like in an event condition action. It sounds like we're kind of putting like if this then that inside of Drupal. Is that accurate? Nikki, could you give Jim a microphone to discuss further?
Yes, I like when Steve speaks for me.
All right, if you want the software as a service, if this then that, inside of Drupal, then I guess vote for Jim in this case. But we're seeing other votes come in. The new modes of community collaboration. Badia, if I can put you on the spot one more time, are there any particular anecdotes that illustrate how community collaboration has changed in the Drupal CMS era? Like, what is a thing that has happened for Drupal CMS that just wasn't possible or just wasn't going to happen pre-Drupal CMS in terms of how the community collaborates?
That is, I think, a whole session
alone. All right.
I think that we as a company, as an example, we could come and we could say we have this type of team available. Some companies like Lullabot have money and resource to just hire a person that actually does that full time. We don't have that, so we have like a team that can maybe do things, and then we can, you know, come to the Drupal Association, we can go to the Drupal leadership team, and we can say, what can we do? And they throw to us like a lot of stuff that we can do, and we were like, oh, okay, we can do the search recipe, which is actually the recipe that we did, but we are also participating in AI stuff. And then we have to, like, of course, communicate with the other companies. We had to also disagree on certain things, and we were also not agreeing with certain things, how they were built, but we had to say okay to that because, you know, the leadership team is going to decide, and that was sometimes hard for us, like, no, our way is the right way. You know, just like paragraphs is the best. You know, because, yeah, so that's cool.
All right. Sam, I'm going to call an audible here and say let's not show the scoreboard because I see we have some people who have been voting ahead into future rounds. So we'll save the scores. We'll save the scores for a final reveal. Perhaps I should have used event condition action to have built a more robust scorekeeping system that used the time. Oh, well, I did not. Let's find out what is the future of Drupal. Round number 4. The future of Drupal perhaps is Drupal as a service. Microphone over there. Clicker if you want it. Here you go. Jim, 2 minutes.
Yes. My thoughts about Drupal, the future of Drupal, is Drupal as a service. If we can have all of the things that is used to put together Drupal CMS in a codeless environment, we're only using configuration that can be saved in the database, that can be altered. We can provide a hosted Drupal service for people. So what WordPress has done with WordPress.com, you have a very locked down, specific, safe version of a CMS that people can just log into and use. This can be hosted cheaply or offered for free even, like WordPress did, and they have a good gazillion websites on the internet. I used my own tokens to generate my slides here, or slide. Yeah, so I hope with the Drupal CMS advances of recipes, event condition actions, we can do everything in the UI. When we're coupled with Experience Builder on top of that, now we can theme in the browser. Do we even need a theme anymore if we can store our single directory components, which is a great innovation, inside of the database in a UI? You know, we don't need to have that monolithic DXP that, you know, people are talking about we don't need anymore. But you could have it if you wanted it, because Drupal's great. Oh, okay, yeah, there's a buff tomorrow. So yes, Drupal as a service is one real potential to lowering entry costs to Drupal, getting a greater reach, and winning this question.
All right, your 2 minutes are up. Thank you so much, Jim. Perhaps the future of Drupal is Drupal as a service. Perhaps, if we go forward one slide, it is equitable.
Being equitable, yes. This is my answer. The future of Drupal is being equitable. So, first of all, I know that in a climate where certain words trigger people, like equitability, being equitable to me means quite a lot of things. But I wanted to show you what it meant to me as a new mom when ADA allowed for curb cuts. So, you know, when you are walking around outside with your stroller, when you have your backpack and your baby and you're responsible for getting somewhere on time, these curb cuts make a big difference, but they were a totally different audience that they were put in for. And so the idea is that all of us have a part to play, whether it's a big agency, an independent working at a nonprofit or another organization, and all of us can promote equity. And this is a very well-known, have you seen this before? Just real quick. So there's a couple things to point out. So equality means everybody gets the same resources, which is not actually going to work. In this case, on the equity side, on the left, you'll see it's the same number of crates, but they're just stacked different to fit everybody who needs them. This is also in the public domain, so you can use this. Also, the shorter person can get to the access to see the game. The middle person is able to do it. And again, it's not about everybody gets the same. It's what makes it equitable for everybody. And I know you've seen the next slide after this, which is break down the walls and play in the field. We need your voice. We need your knowledge. We need your support. And like Batty was saying, all of us can work together as a group. Other companies have huge product marketing teams. Drupal is all of us. It's our ideas. And if we're going to reach the future, we need to start thinking about breaking down all those barriers. So to me, the future of Drupal is being equitable.
Well said, Nikki. Round of applause, please, for Nikki. All right, one more answer in this round. Buddy, perhaps the future of Drupal is collaborative.
Yeah, exactly. So for this one, I prepared a song. Because I didn't know how I could actually do this one, talk basically about the same thing again. So I thought that because I love AI and I've been talking about AI being the best recipe and like really just amazing things that we are doing with AI. So the song is not very long nor has a lot of text because I don't have that many tokens. But let's just listen to what the song is, and then you can see if you want to vote for me in this round, okay? Okay, and now we dance. Okay, thank you.
All right. Woo. All right, efficient use of time there. All right, so we have three possible answers to what is the future of Drupal. Three possible answers with very different tones going in different directions. Perhaps the future of Drupal is collaborative. Who's got the slide? Oh, it's over here. All right, perhaps the future of Drupal is collaborative. Perhaps the future of Drupal is Drupal as a service. The future of Drupal, I hope, is equitable as well. But what was the most persuasive answer? All of these could be true, but which was the most persuasive answer? Let's have the voting begin for round 4. While the voting is happening for round 4, I'll verbally confirm here that the person who got the most points in round 3 was Jim. Event condition action. Event condition action. And amazing. Wait. Yes. Jim got 17 votes for event condition action in round 3. But that was round 3. That's the past right now. We're in round 4. The future of Drupal is perhaps equitable. Perhaps it's Drupal as a service. Perhaps it is collaborative. I will verbally confirm The person who got the most votes in round 4, the person who got the most votes was Nikki, and then we have a tie for second place for our other contestants in round 4. So much excitement here in Drupal CMS, the game show. All right, finally, it's the final round. Round 5. What is the most exciting part of Drupal CMS? Nikki, perhaps the most exciting part is the speed for site builders. Somewhere we have another microphone.
Hog the mic. Yes, so my daughter can do her beatboxing website. My father-in-law, who's 88, can do his clicker, can do his healthcare online. Like, the web is for everybody. Things are changing. I saw that graph on the Dries note. It was, this, and then all the way out of here, all of the things that are happening, almost the pace of change is actually quite overwhelming. But if we can use Drupal and open source, like, it doesn't have to be behind a paywall. We do not have to pay for this. All of you are contributing. Let's leverage Drupal, let's leverage open source and all of our platform and all of our partners to make something that can work for everybody. So to me, the future is all about speed of site building, something that would have taken like a week maybe. You can use somebody like my colleague Dave Reed's thinking that he's put in for 10 years, build that event, and you have it right out of the box. Like, you can use the knowledge that all of us have invested in for the last 15 years, leverage that and make something that can work for everybody. So to me, it's all about speed of site building. You get your idea, get online, use the recipes, build the site, and launch it that evening. Amazing. So,
all right, well said, Nikki. Speed for site builders perhaps is the most exciting part, but perhaps if we advance a slide or two, we'll see that the most exciting part of Drupal CMS could be marketing.
Okay, so again, I helped Dries to do the slides. No, I didn't. I, of course, obviously stole all of his slides from the day. I thought that this was a really good one. So we have hired 2 marketeers at the Drupal Association, which is really cool. That's why also we need more funding. We need more to participate in our programs in the Drupal Association, because we need to have more people. 2 is not enough to enable the big global community to actually market Drupal, because without marketing, we are just a really awesome CMS, but we need to be out there talking about it. We've launched a new brand of newdrupal.org. I hope you like it. Thank you to everybody who's been helping with that. And we are just finishing that and revamping that now. So I think there's a lot of things happening, and we have an initiative called Promote Drupal. That initiative, you can go on Drupal Slack. There's also on drupal.org information about it. Wow, I have 2 more minutes.
I think the timer might have just reset.
And just as an information for, because we are here in a Pantheon session, like OneX Internet is working together with Pantheon, and we are actually, so I'm going to use my, damn, now the time went down. And like you've seen, that there's been discussions on LinkedIn, and there's going to be a buff tomorrow about that, because Josh has been talking a little bit about what is Drupal and what is the future of Drupal and how should we be talking about Drupal. Josh and I actually met, and we talked about it, and we are going to be talking about it tomorrow in the buff, because what I think that Pantheon can do, and what Josh has been saying that they want to do, is actually to help us to bring the word out about Drupal, because maybe not necessarily they don't have many Drupal developers. They are a hosting platform and do all of that, but what they do have is reach. They have a lot of cool customers that are mutual customers, and some of you are customers, and that's exactly where Pantheon can help us to get Drupal out to the market.
Exciting. All right. We've got one more answer, one more potential answer to the most exciting part of Drupal CMS. Jim, what's your answer?
My answer to the most exciting part of Drupal CMS is no code. That there's no code needed in Drupal CMS. Your friend Dave Reed wrote all the modules. We can just install them. I can use AI to help me build out my Drupal site. I can have cheap hosting. I can use recipes and YAML and event condition actions. I don't need to write custom code anymore. And that should lower the cost Oh, I forgot to show my awesome slide.
There's no slide, Jim. What's going on?
That's all the code in my custom website. Now there's a lot of code that needs to be built to have a no-code website builder, but we've built it. It's here. We're ready for it. And with the improvements coming in Experience Builder, and as more and more people embrace recipes, we can have a lower entry into Drupal and help, bring open source back from, the 4, 5, major social media companies where people are creating their own content. Drupal used to be, open source used to be where we can, have a voice, give a voice to the people. Everybody can have a website, and we can get back to that place. So, thank you.
Well said, Jim. Well said. All right. Voting is now open for round number 5. Hang on to the mic. We'll chat a bit.
Okay, thank you,
We'll chat a
Steve.
bit as the folks vote. We've got 4 minutes before our time is totally up here. Thanks so much. Oh, no, 14 minutes, I think. In any case, we'll keep it moving. What is the most exciting part of Drupal CMS? Is it the speed for site builders? The idea that you could take all of that expertise that Dave Reed has gained through 2-ish decades of writing hundreds of Drupal modules. Take that expertise that is present in the modules, present in the recipe configuration, and apply it to your site in a minute. That is very exciting. Is it the fact that we can do no-code site building thanks to all of that code that has been delivered? The fact that Drupal CMS itself doesn't have extra code. It is the application of all these recipes that can be applied independently. Or is it the marketing reach that Drupal CMS is bringing? A 24-year-old CMS now has a fresh awareness in the wider marketplace. That could be your answer to what is the most exciting part of Drupal CMS. Given that we do have a couple extra minutes, I'll go around the room or around the stage here and ask, Jim, if you could not vote for yourself here, do you have any affinity towards the answer speed for site builders or the marketing reach of Drupal CMS?
I'd like to vote for the dancing.
Vote for the dancing. All right, fair enough. Nikki, how about you?
Well, no, I wanted to share a little bit from what we had at our retreat. We all work remote, so we meet just once a year. And our CEO, Seth, showed us an old radio console. Maybe your grandmother, great-grandmother had this. It was a wooden console, and that's where the radio music came out. Almost nobody has that anymore because the Walkman came out, and now we have these little earbuds, right? So music remains, but the technology has changed.
So if I'm picking up what you're putting down, we need to ask ourselves, is Drupal the music, or is Drupal the physical delivery mechanism of the music? Because if it's the physical delivery mechanism of the music, it might be an antique.
No, and that's what I'm saying. The answer relies on us. I love a blank slide. Like, we have the option. We're not hemmed down by older modes of thinking. Like, you can take it and you can build it and you can idea it, like build it, create it, live it. So I'm excited about that.
I'm excited about that too. Badi, how about you? If you were not voting for your own answer, do you have any particular affinity to the speed for site builder, the no-code power?
I feel like it is a little bit related, right? I feel like it is just the same.
Yes.
So I think actually, as an agency leader, I'm questioning a lot now how to deal with the future of Drupal in a positive way. It's not a negative thing, but if everything is going to be so easy, like, are we needed anymore? I do think we are, and not everybody needs a simple site that can be just pressed with one button and then it is running. So so for the adoption, what we see, we have like this trial Drupal demo together with Pantheon, and what we've just seen, we have seen extreme amount of people that are going and testing Drupal, and we never had that before. And just to get the adoption through demo experiences that are really good and showing all of these cool things, and there are some really large organizations that are testing out our demo, and that's so cool because they are just looking for ways of how to do things, and then they will adopt that with their own Drupal, or they will decide to adopt Drupal. So I'm just babbling because when we're not prepared, then we're just babbling.
Well, it's fun, and you know.
And I feel like I need to get extra points because I'm not a native English speaker.
Oh, sure,
So
absolutely.
I feel like I'm
Bonus
getting a
points
little bit of a little
yeah,
votes in
on that. You know, given that we've got a minute or two extra here, I'll editorialize and say part of the reason I wanted to run this game show this way is because I think for this moment, for the Drupal community, it is wise for us to look at all of these new ideas that are popping up all over the place. And I certainly sometimes feel a temptation when I see one of those new ideas to find something I don't like about that new idea, focus on that, and nitpick. And I don't think that's what the Drupal community needs right now. At this time when there are so many new ideas, I think it's more important, more valuable, more constructive for us to recognize the new ideas that we think are valuable, vote for them with our time, with our energy, and if there's a bad idea or an idea that isn't going to work, well then don't spend time there, vote with your feet, focus on what you think is going to be healthy for the Drupal community, and I think we'll all be better off as a result. All right. We do have scores, and I don't want to keep people from their dinner plans. It has been a long day. Let's show the final scores. All right, in this final round number 5, the most votes went to Nikki Flores. Speed for site builders is extremely exciting, and not only did Nikki win round number 5, she won the whole darn game. Yes. We all win when we can achieve our Drupal goals that much faster. Hooray. You know, contestants, I think you're all going to get an extra Pantheon t-shirt. Thank you so much for participating. Thank you for coming here to hear about the exciting parts about Drupal CMS. I hope this session here inspired you to try out something new or think about something in a way you hadn't before. Thanks so much, everyone. Have a great DrupalCon. Enjoy your dinner. Come to the Pantheon party tomorrow. All right, I'll stop talking. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.